All right, so after about 15 minutes of me saying please and thank you, and him giving me his foot, I can now very softly, with the absolute most, I can't even calculate of the softness that I'm using for him to yield that foot to me. Okay. So during our break here, what we're talking about, and I want to just remind everybody, there's a lot of folks doing this or showing people how to do this and make a big game out of it. This isn't a game. This isn't fun and games. This is all business, all right? And what we're doing is we're trying to connect with this horse in a way that I want to ride him as soft as I'm handling that foot. So everything we're going to do here with this horse totally relates to how we're going to ride. Okay? So when you talk about round penning and you talk about level 1, level 2, level 3 and all that stuff, well, that's all cute and I'm sure it's fun for everybody. But you know what? It really comes down to this, that you need to ride this horse softly as we do our in-hand work. So when I ask him, may I have your foot, please, sir? Thank you. So when we ride that horse, we might going to be asking him to do something else, and we're going to ride him just that soft. So that communication and that feel now, we've gotten relaxation, we've gotten trust, so now we're working on feel. Well, I don't work on feel by getting the reins in my hands and spurring on him and whacking him with a crop and trying to make him do lead changes before he's ready. I get feel by doing this, okay? So when I can move that foot, say thank you, like that, well, it might take a little time, but I bet you we could get a flying lead change just that easy eventually. So the communication and the feel here totally relates to when we get in that arena and we start asking him to do very complicated special things that it might be confusing to him at first, but we've taught him how to think. We haven't desensitized him to where he's a zombie and he does what we tell him. He's turned into a nice, cheerful horse that's obedient because he wants to do what we ask him to do. It's very important. All right, so now what we're doing, we've switched to the other foot, okay? And I get him to give me that foot. And a key point I want to make, what we were just talking about, is when we start riding this horse and we start doing transitions, stop, walk, walk, trot, stop, walk, walk, trot. We're not going to worry about cantering right now. We're going to walk, trot, stop. Well, a horse learns more during a transition than any other time. So when we start schooling riding, we're going to say, when you go from a walk to a stop, first of all, every time we request that transition, we're going to ask softer. And you do that until the horse almost does what you think, okay? That your signal is so subtle, so soft, he will transition from a walk to a trot, and I promise you, all you got to do is almost think about it. Well, that mounted signal, that mounted communication starts right here. That I want to be able to take just the weight of that rope. I'll give a little pressure. I'm going to hold it. Thank you. Now this time I'm going to ask a little softer. Thank you. A little soft. Thank you. And then, just the weight of the rope almost, I get that foot. And I don't care if you're a 3-day event, dressage, hunter, jumper, fancy rider, or a cowboy shooter, or a barrel racer. If you can get that worked out right there, okay? Your horse is going to step and perform and yield to you and be obedient and safe, and his brain will be connected to his feet. All right, see what's going on there? I'm not getting excited, but I already know when we go outside, that's the kind of shenanigan he's used to pulling. All right, we're not going to get excited about that, but we're going to offer him another way of doing things. It's a better way, buddy. Better away. So if I'd have allowed him to get away from me, or pull that foot away from me, that would have totally disassembled everything I've just tried to accomplish. So now he's saying, why, no, why, yes, thank you, all one. So as we challenge our horse on a daily basis, we must turn no's into maybes and maybes into yeses. And I don't care if it's giving his foot or stepping across a crack in the concrete or crossing a water puddle, hitting on the trailer. Who knows what you're going to run into? That horse should not tell you no. That should not be an option for him. But you can't turn a no into a yes all the time. Sometimes you got to get a maybe first, okay? But I don't want him saying why. Let's try it again. I'm going to just take the weight of the rope. And I just can't overemphasize, I don't want to take it, I want to give it to you. So now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take him around the round pen. We're going to ask him to stop. Whoa, whoa. So on the driving horse, this is a good way to teach him to whoa. 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 So lifetime, being able to turn his butt and get away. Notice how this will stop that. So I'm going to keep working him in a circle just like this. I'm going to give him a little tug on the rope, a little softer every time. Here in a few minutes, I'll get him to stop and just pull the rope. Alright, so now what we've done is we've taken 2 front feet. We've requested softer every time, and now, whoa, whoa. Almost the weight of the rope, I can control him, and that's what I'm after. We started here, he's stomping his foot, he's turning his butt to me, trying to get away. Now, I've got him thinking that rope weighs 1,000 pounds. All he's got to do is yield to me. So I'm not overcoming this horse physically, I'm overcoming him mentally. I'm occupying his mind before I occupy his back. Okay? Like that. Now our next step is I'll go to the back feet.